Hey, this is Pat Roque, the Rockstar Transformation Coach. And yes, it is Teach Me Thursday, which means today is about sharing and having some fun. The talk for today is about manifesting who and what you deserve. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's really, really important. I think you know by now, if you know me at all, that I'm all about helping people have a life they really dream about. So in other words, you deserve to enjoy family, fun, fitness, finance, and a fabulous career. You do deserve to have it all, and you can have it all. So I was thinking about what's working lately, and what's really, really working is being authentic. And you know when you actually hit the nail on the head, hey Ben, you know when you hit the nail on the head is when you're having a conversation with a new client or a friend or family. But for me, it was a new client this week. And we got really raw and really deep. And all of a sudden, she just burst out, "Oh my God, you get me. You get me." And the joy coming out of her, she actually cried on the phone call. It was really cool. But the reason that I'm sharing is because those three words are pretty deep and pretty meaningful. So why is that so important? Well, I love you are probably the three most powerful words. Let's be real about it. But we have relationships with all kinds of people. We cross paths with so many different people in our life. And why not have fun and why not be around people that are really meaningful and that can actually change you? Does that sound like a good idea, you guys? You want to make sure you're around people who bring out the best in you, who make you shine, who you feel lighter on your feet when you're around them, who give you more energy or make you feel better about yourself. And as a Rockstar Transformation Coach, it's not about me being a rock star. It's about helping people become the rock star. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, it's about talking less and listening more. So I know here, this is me talking, and I'd love for you guys to give me comments or questions in the chat. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Mom. Hi, Ben. Welcome, guys. But a good coach really listens, because what needs to happen is that it's not hands-on consulting and I'm not doing things for you. And it's not even really training so much where I'm not going step by step by piece, like minutia. Coaching is about really working on things like focus, and what do I do next, and smart action plans. And it's about navigating and getting better at your skills, whether they're sales or they're marketing skills, or maybe it's the environment, getting yourself around better people, getting yourself away from toxic people. And then finally, things like mindset. Is it the money mind? I call it monkey mind, actually. So it is money mindset. It's about confidence, or maybe lack thereof. And it's not a straight line. It is an ebb and flow. So we never do great all the time, and we never really stink all the time. And it's not a flat line. It is absolutely, life is an ebb and flow. So when you're engaging with people, especially in a coaching or mentoring relationship, I think one of the most important pieces that you want to look for is somebody who's willing to, first of all, their gift is your need. So in other words, it's not a one size fits all. You can't just coach on everything. You don't just hire random people. It's too exhausting, because when you commit to a relationship with anybody, I want you to actually commit to the relationship. So if you're going to commit to a relationship with a coach, for example, I want you to make sure you feel good when you hear their name, when you see the appointment pop up. It's got to feel good. And part of it is because you get me. You want to attract people who you have that instant, I don't know, there's just a connection. It's sometimes unspoken word. It's feeling like an old shoe, even with a new friend. So in other words, some people in some moments are just really comfortable. You don't work hard. So when I teach about in our mastermind, and Gianna's on, hey G, and hi Rosemary. So we've got all people jumping on here. The thing I preach about all the time is stop chasing. When you have to chase people, you feel gross, they feel gross, they're inching back away from you, you feel inauthentic. It's just not a flattering moment for anybody. And it doesn't serve much purpose, because if you've got to sit there and beg and cajole and convince someone that they deserve to work with you, I don't think that, to me, is an ideal way to kind of get into a relationship. But you get me. When you're on the same level, how do you get on the same level? Well, a couple things. Really clear about who you are. If you're the coach or you're the mentor, here's advice for those people, or you're the fitness instructor or the fitness owner, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. You need to let your crowd know who you are for real, where you shine, where you're going to be able to help them. Like, what's your sweet spot of service? So I help people gain focus and freedom so they live their best life without selling their soul or losing their mind. And some people look at me like, why are you talking about that? Well, I'm talking about it because it's really important, because I don't know about you, but I've already had my midlife meltdown, and it was horrible, and I cried for 1.5 years, and it was awful. And when I got better and came out of it, I realized that it's not just about work, and it's not just about money. And yes, I've got 2 beautiful kids in college, one's in a doctoral program, got big bills, but it's not about work. My work is not joy, is not a burden to me. I love this. Happy birthday, Krista, by the way. I'm sorry, sidebar, but I love this. I love what I do. And because I love what I do, I'm good at it. And while I'm good at it, I love the people I work with, and they become better. And I'm not saying it to sound like an ass. I'm saying it to say, when I had the meltdown and came back, part of me was thinking about doing my marketing the way I did my marketing. And I'm going to tell you, it started to not feel authentic. Why is that? Because people kept asking me to grow their business, but they always wanted the shortcut, which I applaud, but they were not willing to get real about who they were. So they wanted the glossy, shiny penny shortcut and not the real, raw, here's what we're really good at, and here's how we're really going to help you shortcut. So I kind of stepped back and I started paying more attention, and I started realizing that part of my mission is to help successful entrepreneurs, executives, they call them now intrapreneurs. Isn't that a cool name? So for corporate people who are leading people and really trying to be better and grow their team faster, or maybe they're thinking about their plan B and they know that in the next year, 2 years, or even now, they're secretly trying to escape from that 9-to-5 job hell. I don't know. It's a little bit of it's mindset, but in any event, it's about helping those people get clear on their focus and clear on their goals and how to move forward, and make sure that they surround themselves with people they love. You need to build a tribe of people who get you and you get them. And you can't do it if you're too busy being perfect and being shiny penny and trying to be obnoxious or rude or arrogant about you. So I like working with successful people, and here's why. We've all been successful. I want people who are hungry and know they're successful, and sometimes they need a sounding board to grow better faster. I don't really attract people who are going to sit and wallow in their BS of, oh, poor me, this sucks, and I hate myself, and I'm a loser. That energy level doesn't work with me, and I don't do well with those people. And I love you, but that's not my tribe. My tribe is people who know that they've been a rock star, they are a rock star, and they need to rechannel their inner rock star. So they want to be better. They know, I guess here's the most important part. Who do you serve, and who really, really needs you out there in the world? So my mom is on here. She's 84 years old, and she is Facebooking and chatting in the chat. Is that not? Give me a love for mom. So seriously, my mother was a nurse for 30-something years, and now, even at her age, she's a bereavement counselor, and she plans all the funerals in her church. She goes in snow. She doesn't care how she feels. She does everything for people because she gets them. She's a natural caregiver. They love her. Nobody feels better. I call her the Grim Reaper, but I say it with love. She gets people when they're in their greatest need, and she speaks to them in a way that touches their heart. and makes them comfortable, and they tell her about their family and their relationship with their loved one, and she gets them and they get her. And that caring giver, that job is not for everyone. Not everybody has that gift. My mom has that gift. So I applaud her. I tease her all the time and call her the Grim Reaper, but she knows I love her to death because that is a blessing. She's on a mission, and nothing is stopping that woman from serving people who need help and bereavement counseling. And it's all free. She just loves it. So you feel that level of, I've got to do this. It's in my heart. What would you do if money were no object and you had time and you could do what really made joy, what really made your heart sing? Who would you be working with, and what would you be doing? And oh, my mother said I'm embarrassing her. You're worth it, Mom. Don't worry. But take all the barriers away for just a quick second and think about, who would you really serve? Not what you're supposed to do. I don't care what your spouse thinks you're supposed to do. I don't care what your kids think you're supposed to do. I don't care what your old mindset says you're supposed to do. If you could shut your eyes and hug yourself and say, who do I belong to serve? What should I really be doing? Don't worry about the obstacles to getting there yet. This is just about manifesting. You need to start speaking about your life as though it were already happening. So I challenge you every morning. I want you to wake up, and I want you to do it during the day, and I want you to do it before you go to bed. I want you to say out loud that goal, that vision of who you're serving and how, in a bigger way, because you can get there, but you need to think about it as if you already are. And the reason it's going to work is because when you get clear on who you are and your gift, you then get in the zone of genius, and you then get in the zone of almost like, think about, my father loved horses, right? And he loved the racetrack. And when Secretariat would run and they'd have the blinders on, and I always think that was weird, but if you think about it, why do horses wear blinders? Some of the best horses in the world. Because all they're supposed to do is focus and put their eye on the prize. You need to stop worrying about all the shiny penny, all the people on Facebook and LinkedIn and in your neighborhood, even in your house sometimes. Forget about those people who are not serving your greater good and who are not supporting you on your mission. I want you to think about manifesting the go-giver in you and who needs you out there. So in other words, this is not about me, and this is not even about you for right now. Do me a favor, in the chat room, tell me who needs you out there. Who do you serve out there? Or who do you want to serve? If you had your dream gig, it doesn't have to be a job. It could be an avocation. Who do you serve? Because what's going to happen is, I have a funny feeling, those are the people that are going to get you too. So I'll give you an example. I spoke with a woman, I was coaching her, and she is into health and wellness. And we talked, and she started to talk about helping people with traumatic brain injury and with disabilities. And as soon as she started to get into that part of who she is, her cadence on the phone changed. Her voice sounded lighter. Her tone built up. She was happy and excited. I wasn't even looking at her, and I could feel her entire body shift, because I could tell that serving the community in the disabilities community, as far as traumatic brain injury and things like that, and helping them get better and find their best self, was really important to her. So when she talked about those people and she talked about how she communicated, she kept saying, I get them. I just understand them. I love helping people. That I feel my best when I'm there. So you follow me, that conversation, they get it. Oh, see, Gianna says, lighter tone to build totally different. And it's really funny because Gianna runs a March of Dimes and just created a brand new nonprofit called adaptivegolfers.org. It's part of our coaching mission to get that built with her. And oddly enough, so now I've got people showing up in health and wellness and helping people with all abilities from all different corners, because that gives me the ability to now connect them all and have them all kind of grow together. So what does that mean? That means I get you. I get them. We get each other, and the go-givers find go-givers. So in other words, the people on here who are really generous tend to attract generous people. And the people who are successful tend to attract more successful people. And that's the tsunami that we want to bring. Let me see. So Tiffany wrote, I want to heal people through food. I want to work with children, maybe misunderstood children. That is really, really awesome. Does anybody think they know someone who she might be able to help? I mean, if you think about it, kids don't necessarily have voices. You know, there needs to be a place to give those kids a voice and to have them be heard. So again, I could just picture Tiffany, and God bless you for your avocation, because I can just picture having conversation and you down at their level, not standing up above and speaking down to kids, but actually interacting. Do you already do that, Tiffany? Or is that something that you're hoping to do? Let me know that too. Right? But when you're speaking with children, it's not about speaking down and barking at them. And I know I'm a parent too, I get it. But in that role, she's talking about helping to serve mainly misunderstood children. So I'm getting a feeling like there's a big go-giver heart. And the people that she's going to interact with are going to appreciate her style, her language, her cadence, how she carries herself, the words she uses. But it's all about manifesting. So again, manifesting, first figuring out who you are, who you want to attract, and then putting it out there to the universe. And Tiffany's saying she's not quite doing that yet. So maybe we can help you get from here to your goal, Tiffany. That would be my honor. I was thinking about it. Would you like a couple of tips? I've been having so many people ask me questions. They say, wow, it seems like you're manifesting all this stuff. Where are you finding people? How do I get better at attracting the people that I deserve to work with? So I'll give you a couple of tips if that's okay. I'm going to share a few insights. I created a course, and literally I wasn't planning it, but too many people asked, so I just put this idea together to help people really rock their business and their life using LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is kind of the must-do, must-be place if you are looking to engage with businesses, with organizations, with nonprofits. The most important part of that lesson is that LinkedIn is not this empty place. It's actual real people like you and me sitting on the other side of that computer screen. So even if, they tend to be, it's about 60-40 male to female, more well-educated, definitely wealthier. 40% of the top millionaires in the world are all on LinkedIn. So that's definitely a pool of place where you tend to have people with more money, which is pretty cool. And so when you're sitting up and establishing yourself on LinkedIn, don't forget, it's not about this blank screen, and you're not writing or speaking to a company. What's a company? A company is the people making decisions at companies. So I'll give you a quick example. I was feeling not so great about all the happy partying I did all summer, and to stay in integrity, it's really time to focus on my own health. I'm so busy serving everyone else. So I was on Facebook, saw a note about this place called the Max Challenge, and I went down there. And the energy in that place was just unbelievable. It was not even open. There was no equipment in the room. It was still half dirty. They were laying the floor. It was under construction, like 1 week pre-grand opening, typical chaos. And I have to tell you, the energy was so on track. I felt such a connection that I signed up on the spot. I went to the pre-opening stuff. I started doing Facebook Lives. I'm not an employee. They don't pay. It just felt like home. It felt right. When they were talking about their mission to help people and about mindset and about helping people get it all together and making sure that they can fit it in so they can still manage their family, that's really, really cool. It is not a gym. It is a lifestyle. It is an experience. It is a Max Challenge. So automatically, we both felt like, oh my God, you get me. And it's just all right. And it's only literally been 2 weeks, which is really crazy. But when things feel right and feel good, it's quick. But one of the things that happened is the minute I met them, I know that they went back and looked at my LinkedIn, because that's what people do. If you're thinking about doing any kind of business with people, they go there. before pretty much any, they ask people they know, they go to LinkedIn and they look at the recommendations and ask people they know about the recommendations. So let me just talk about that. I want you to briefly think about the fact that LinkedIn is not an online resume. It's a place to tell your story. What I want you to do is I want you to think about who I am, who my ideal clients are, and what would you need to say briefly that lets them know you get them. You're not trying to sell to everybody. You're not trying to sell to anybody, but that you are the answer to the problem that they have. You are the solution or the potential solution to their sweet spot or their biggest problem or their biggest opportunity. They want to know that you're there for them, not for everyone, but for them, that you get them. So I actually have a 10-point checklist. You can go to rockonsuccess.com/LinkedIn. Gianna, if you do me a favor, type that in the comments. I would appreciate it. It's rockonsuccess.com/LinkedIn, and you can get a free 10-point checklist where I actually take you through and show you things to do about, look, little checklist. It's about impactful headlines. It's about how to customize the page. But the summary, look at my summary. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Pat Nuno Roque. Connect with me. Look at it, steal it, borrow it, emulate. When you see somebody that's doing something you're impressed with, borrow and emulate what they're doing. That's the highest form of flattery. So go ahead and do that. Get the LinkedIn checklist because it'll walk you through. And if you really want to see, I have a 3-part video series. Oh, she's driving. Anyway, 3-part video series that's going to walk you through and tell you exactly how to build your profile. It'll take you through the art of networking. I put in a show from the Chamber of Commerce, a training thing. All it talked about was how to introduce yourself and how to let people know you get them. Let me go back and see if we've got some comments here. Kristen said, I want to work with children also. Oh, that's cool. Years ago, I worked with preschoolers and I loved it, but for practical reasons, it wasn't enough money to live on and there weren't medical benefits, so she left. But it's always been in her heart. So here's what I have to say to you, Kristen. Thank you for sharing, first of all. You should connect with Tiffany, second of all. Third of all, you guys should come hang out in my Rock On Success group because we do a lot of brainstorming and thinking out loud together. And it's a lot of go-giver people like everybody that's on here who are sharing and giving and supporting each other. And I'm not trying to grow it to 100,000. I mean, it would be great if I had 100,000 people. Let's not kid ourselves. But it's really fun because it's about people sharing from the heart. As a matter of fact, Angela from Next Challenge, I did an introduction and she did such an amazing introduction today because she got real and she got raw and she told us exactly from her heart why she's doing what she does and how she feels about doing it and how they feel when she helps them. So if you look at that in the Rock On Success group, look at Angela's welcome message that she wrote herself and pay attention because it's not salesy. She could promote, but it's really not. It's really engaging. You know why it's engaging? Because it's real and it's authentic and it's raw and it's meaningful and she shows her vulnerability and she put her before and after picture. Now for someone in fitness, the before and after pictures tell a story. And it's not just about weight and pounds, so to speak, or scale at all. It's really about how I felt before. Because how we look is a manifestation of how we feel. Do you agree with that? Give me some thumbs up or some love if that's true. It's not how we look. It's not what the scale says, although that could be a hell of a shocker too for us sometimes. It's about how we feel. So you want to surround yourself with people and opportunities that make you feel really, really warm and comfortable and excited. And sometimes I want you to go ahead. I need you to put yourself in situations where you are with people who make you feel uncomfortable. And I'm going to tell you why. Comfort zone challenges are a good thing. So yes to people that make you feel good and positive. yes to comfort zone challenges, because comfort zone challenges help you break down the walls. So when we get back to you get me and manifesting who you desire, my one coaching client was asking all these questions, and she's got so many gifts. She's really, really talented. She's very smart. She's beautiful. She inside and out. She's health conscious. She has it. But she has so many gifts, she doesn't know what to do with them first. You know anybody like that that's got so many gifts going on? I mean, I feel like some days I was like that too, and some days maybe I still am. That little adult focus thing is, you know, we all suffer. But anyway, helping her peel back the onion and get to who she really wants to serve, it enables you to kind of take away the distraction of the other pieces, pick your lane and ride in it. Or as my coach Lisa Sasevich says, pick your horse and ride it. So I encourage you to honor your gifts. I encourage you to attach, whether you're with a coach or whether you're with a confidant. Sometimes it's the kind of thing a spouse is not able to support you on in the same way. Because if you're asking your spouse, your mom, a best friend, sometimes it's harder to get fair response from people who have an emotional attachment. They're either embarrassed to tell you the real deal, they don't want to hurt your feelings. Personally, I'm a little bit more on the tough love side with my coaching clients because I need to say things to them and help them think about things. Sometimes it's the wake-up call. They've asked me to help them with their wake-up call. So I'm not just inserting on nonsense. It's helping them with their wake-up call. Does that make sense? But it's about helping them get themselves. Once you get clear on who you are and your gift, and you get you, and you get who you want to help, the connection, the manifesting them, and the you get me is going to happen. And when you hear someone say those 3 magic words, you get me, your heart is going to sing. And I hope that you think about me, and I hope you share it in Rock On Success, because I posted that this morning and we've already got people starting to bubble up and say, wow, I never realized how important those 3 magic words are. You get me. So let's hope we get each other. If you have questions, you can chime in here. I'm going to share a couple of networking things real quick because you know I love to invite you people to all kinds of cool places. I'm big into women's leadership, and there's a lot of great stuff. It's Women's Leadership and Entrepreneurship Month. So there's all kinds of activities that have been going on and will continue for the next couple of weeks. So mark your calendars or come into Rock On Success. They will be posted. On the 29th of October, which is Saturday, the Max Challenge is doing their big convention in Freehold. There's going to be 1,000 people there. It's going to be cool. They're going to have a class. There's going to be members and people who are looking to consider it for employment or for franchise ownership or other experiences. So I will be there in Freehold Saturday morning, Max Challenge at iPlay America. On November 4th, there is a women's networking event. Stay tuned. I'm getting details. November 10th, Professional Women in Construction. Guess who's the speaker? Me. I will be debuting the brand new Rock On Success book. It is called Rock On Success, 90-Day Fast Action Plan, how to find focus and freedom without selling your soul or losing your mind. So if you would like, oh, thank you for the love on that one. I'm really excited. It's actually hitting send on the pre-press, the final approval today, right after this. And we're going to be talking about my signature talk, 50 Rocks Life Lessons for Success. And one of them will be about obviously having people get to that you get me, helping them find their gift, figuring out why they rock. And they will be receiving a copy of the book. If you would like to come, you can come as a member. If you let me know and I help you get registered, you'll save $45 on the registration. So that's November 4th. People in and around construction, you don't have to be a construction worker, people that own construction companies, insurance and photography and carpet, everybody who touches that industry, wealth management, investors. You have any angel investors? Send them my way. So that's November 10th, Professional Women in Construction. November 14th, we are celebrating the unstoppable. There is a leading woman entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs event. There's going to be 6 500 people there. And a couple of my friends, Trisha Voden from Vericon Construction is being honored. Tracy Fink from Cone Resnick is being honored. There, one of the women from Sanofi is being honored. There's a lot of really cool people, a lot that have crossed my path, new friends and old friends. So I'm going to actually do a booth there. I'm going to exhibit and do a book signing for my new book. So November 14th. Leading women, entrepreneurs, and executives. Big event, 600 people in Jersey City. So again, just about wrapping up. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up shortly. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, Pat Roque. If you'd like your 30-minute Channel Your Inner Rockstar Breakthrough Discovery session, if you want to know how you can get someone to You Get Me, and how we can help you on that journey, then come to rockonsuccess.com/discover. That's rockonsuccess.com/discover. Or you can download that checklist, that LinkedIn checklist I talked about is rockonsuccess.com/LinkedIn. That's rockonsuccess.com/LinkedIn. We'll be broadcasting live again next Thursday and some other days from now in between. God bless you all. Rock your day. Love you. Take it easy, guys. Be well. God bless. Bye-bye.